For my video interview, I decided to talk to Abigail Moran. She is a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and also a member of the LGBTQ plus community. I asked her a couple of questions about her experience being a gay member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and what that experience has been like for her.
So around 17 is when I kind of was like, oh, I'm bi. But even before that, I had started thinking about like the church's stance on LGBTQ plus, and of the church's plan of salvation, which has to do with a man and a woman being married and being sealed in the temple so that their family can be together forever. And me thinking, what if I don't fall in love with a man? What if I fall in love with a woman and I want to marry that woman? Like, that doesn't line up with what the church says will get me with my family forever. And that was really difficult for me because I really love my family. I love you, Emily. You're really cool. And I wanted to be with them forever. And it was just really difficult. And so for a long time, I was very angry. And honestly, still sometimes I do feel angry. But it kind of made me jump into boys in an unhealthy way when I started dating. I'd been on some dates with people, and that was fine, but like my first relationship was extremely bad because I just found a boy and I said, you like this boy because you need to like a boy. And I stuck with that guy because it would mean that I wouldn't fall in love with a woman. As long as I stuck with a guy the whole time, I wouldn't be worried about the part of me that liked women. If I took care of the part of me that liked boys, that would maybe take over and then it would be fine. And just, I kept looking for answers and I kept like praying that I would stop liking women, I'd stop being attracted to them, but it just never happened. So there was the boy thing, right, that we talked about. And then once I got to college, but not my first year of college, I lived with like my mom and you and Nat and Sam, our two younger sisters, like they were there too. That first year of college, I felt like I wasn't in college still. I still felt like I was in high school. And so I still definitely in my head was like, I need to focus on boys. But it was weird because I'd go to class and I'd be surrounded by these people who, they didn't care who I liked. And it was really cool. And I didn't want everybody to know that wasn't like my feeling, but it was just like man, I wish I was around people like this all the time. And that's not my family's fault. I hadn't told them at this point yet. But I remember once Mom moved out and I was kind of alone in college for the first time. I texted our cousin Katie, and Katie is a lesbian. She's has a longtime girlfriend, Irene. They're very sweet. And I just wanted to ask her for advice on how she came out because I knew, like, her mom is my mom's sister, so maybe it was kind of the same for her. They didn't grow up members of the church, but I thought it would be maybe a little at least similar. And she gave me lots of good advice. And then I remember it was around September, and she said, if you're thinking of going home for Christmas, do it a few months before, just in case they don't take it well. And so it was that October that I told my friends, and I was like, guys, I want to come out to you, I'm bi. And at the time, I knew nothing about the LGBTQ community at all. Really, I didn't know like proper terminology for things. At one point, one of my friends was even like, Abby, I need to teach you how to be gay. You don't know I know more than you and I'm straight. Just because I hadn't learned a whole lot. And then in October, when I was 19, I FaceTimed my parents and I told them. And I had told you before them, and I told my older sister, Maddie, when I was in high school that I was at least questioning, but then I officially kind of told her then at that same time too.